So thank you everyone, and I would like to welcome all of you in this very great morning of this Sunday, and you took your time to be here at this session and to understand the new technology and new era of the clinical trial. So before I move ahead further, I hope there are a lot of candidates who are rejoining the webinar, and few are our students as well. So, I am Rajesh Singh from International Institute of Clinical Research Studies. And as an institute, we are focused on high quality training into the clinical trials. We are very much dedicated towards the new and technologies like the upcoming AI technology and the decentralized trial. And we try to empower students with the latest tools and technologies, which is very much required by the industry. So today we'll be discussing more about the new development that the clinical trial is seeing, and we all will be discussing the things towards the end of the program. So let us start the session. Yeah. So before we move ahead with the topic and the discussion of the AI tools and technologies, let us first understand AI is not a old technology, or it's not a term which is not understood by everyone. Everyone knows this is a term, this is a buzzword in the market. So, but AI in clinical trial is very new, very nascent. Even the industry has introduced AI as regulations just in May 2025 itself. So it's very in the nascent stage of the development. But yes, it's going to capture the entire domain, entire industry. So in that entire session, we'll understand what the AI is for the clinical trial. And it is not same for the other industries. So it's a bit different. So first, it's a very basics and fundamental, what is AI if you want to understand. Clinical trial. So clinical trial, as most of you might be knowing, it's a controlled trial of any intervention. Intervention may be drug or any kind of devices or any diet plan also, surgical procedure, devices like the surgery devices, your X-ray machine or any CT scan machines, when it is tested under controlled condition on human body. The purpose of trial is to market the product, bring the product into the market. So before coming to the market, we first test all the process or the adverse event or efficacies of the device or molecule, anything that whether it is fit for human use or it don't have any kind of serious adverse event for the human body. Please keep yourself muted so that there should not be any disturbance. Yeah, thank you so much. I think some more mics is on, so please mute yourself. Check and mute yourself. Okay. Just give me a moment. I think my voice is not audible. Yes, sure. Sorry. So I have muted that. Anyway. So this is the clinical trial, and how first a basic, very fundamental thing about clinical trial. You might be aware, this is a very big industry, and now going to be multiple fold from the past, because present market scenario is around $65 billion, which is a huge size for the industry. And what we mean by the industry size means the more bigger the industry, the more opportunity for the new jobs are there. And we see the general tradition, without artificial intelligence, it is going to be around $100 billion by just only 4 to 5 years from now. So growth is very high, and you will be witnessing lots of new opportunities coming. But yes, with the new technology and everything. So we'll see a very basic thing, like if we see the trial ratio or the share of the trial. So this is like it takes around 40% of the drug development. So when we talk about the drug development, it is all about from preclinical trial or the drug discovery to the post-marketing efforts. So of the overall budget, around 40% is dedicated for the clinical trial or the clinical research in the umbrella term. And if we see only in the United States, like $7 billion annually is invested in the clinical trial. So it's a very big data, big amount. But yes, there is one challenge which the industry is facing from very long, the delay cost. So even a single day delay cost between like 6 lakhs to $8 million per day cost if the trial is delayed. So you can imagine like how costly affair is the trial, and we need to understand what are the pain points of the industry and why industry is very much keen to shift to the newer, faster technologies. Okay, so this is a very basic fundamental. I think most of you might understand this, and maybe for a few of you, it will be a newer topic. So, if we see the clinical trial, a typical workflow, how the trial goes on. So, first is like drug discovery, which is before the trial. So, there in the drug discovery, the researchers or the scientists, the chemists, they select the molecule, the right molecule, which is also called the candidate. So the drug candidate are selected, and then it is sent for the preclinical trial where we conduct a lab test on the tissue culture or on the animal bodies for assessing the multiple factor like PKPD or even the adverse event efficacy also. So there are multiple processes, but actual clinical trial starts after preclinical. So when the preclinical is done, and all the data is collected, and it is established the drug is having a good efficacy and having very less reactions or the adverse event. So then it enters to the clinical trial, where in some cases we conduct phase 0. That is not with every case. For the new medicines, for the complicated molecules, we conduct the phase 0. For the very small people, around 50 people, and they are not the patients, so they are the healthy volunteers, and we test for the basic mechanism of the drug. Then we start with the phase 1. So again, phase 1 is a small group of healthy volunteers. Here the people are not patients. In the rare case, like with the terminal cancer or terminal disease, only the patients are enrolled in this stage. So again, this is very small, around 100 people are enrolled in this, and just to test the drug mechanism, like how drug is behaving, how drug is being absorbed in the body and excreted out of the body. So various things like we study in the phase 1. Then we move to the phase 2. Again, this is a large scale, a bit larger scale. And here now, the actual first time the patient is introduced to the drug, and we test about how the drug is impacting the drug in the complex environment. The complex environment may be that the patient may be having multiple disease, maybe having the multiple medications. So now in the real time situations, we see how drug is interacting with other disease or other medicines also. And then it takes a lot of time, like 2 to 5 years time is taken in this phase. And then we enter to the very large scale and the phase 3 trial. So actually the largest scale of the trial before entering to the market is called the phase 3. So here we conduct the multi-center trial, means across the globe we set up multiple clinical trial sites. We enroll patients, and then we check everything, like how the drug is working in the real time situations, because we need to test the drug on the wider spectrum, on the wider parameters, multiple factors like age, ethnicity, gender, genomics, and even the climatic condition are tested. So that's why we conduct a large scale, wide scale trial in this. And this is the largest scale trial. So in 2024 only, we see for the phase 3, around 29 or 30 billion dollar was invested in this. Then comes the phase 4. That is basically phase 4 is the longest term of the pharmacovigilance, the drug safety monitoring, because this is the stage when the drug comes in the market. So after phase 3, we go for the regulatory approval, and after regulatory approval, if it is okay, so we launch the drug into the market, right? And then the multiple things like long-term safety analysis is done, because till the drug is into the market, we have to keep watch on the drug side effects. So that is a long-term process and a long-term pharmacovigilance as well. Now, we will try to, because today's session is not about the clinical research, because that will be a very long discussion if we go into the clinical research. But now, today, we all are here to understand the new thing. This new thing is the AI. So AI is most of us are confused. If we talk about AI, they are more about AI is like a chat GPT or some kind of designing tool or some kind of basic tools that we look at AI just like a Google or some advanced tools which can help us. But AI is not limited to that. AI is very advanced, and if we see AI, so now it's going to be the main hero of the entire trial. And throughout this session, you will be very clear to understand how AI is going to change the entire dynamics, and the industry will be a turnaround. Everything will be turned around. But yes, it is not going to happen overnight. It will take some time. But yes, it is certainly going to happen, because wave is there, and every regulators and the guidelines are in favor of the artificial intelligence. So it's a very basic data that assumption data, or it's a market data, research data that is there. So basically, AI in clinical trial in 2024 was around $7 billion, which became $9 billion in 2025. And the next 5 years, it is going to be around 22, 23, or sometimes $25 billion. So its industry expectation is around reaching between 20 to $30 billion. So in just 5 years, you can see the multifold of the growth is there. So you will be witnessing around 24, 25 to 30% of CAGR. So which is the highest in the, if you see about the growth of the industry, it is the highest, right? If we talk about the AI, so you can see the AI investment, and I'm talking just about the clinical research data, AI and clinical research. I'm not talking about the AI overall. It's presently in the $1 trillion. So AI is very big nowadays, and it's going to be multifolds in 5 to 10 years, because the speed of growth is very high if we talk about the artificial intelligence. And in any sector, actually, there was a lot of wait for the AI to be implemented into the clinical trial due to some data privacy law, and the industry was waiting. Even some companies have implemented AI for very long into their pharmacovigilance process. But now, after the approval from the FDA and IICRS, new update IICRS in July itself. So now every company is introducing artificial intelligence. So now we'll try to understand, though maybe for some, it may be some boring session, because it's a technology and we need to understand the technology in depth. So I'll expect all of you to have patience and go through the entire slides, so that you will be able to understand how AI is going to change the industry, as impact the industry and your career in fact also. So if we see the AI, so AI optimized process enhances decision making and improves outcome across all phases. So if we talk about AI, is not just only a specific data management or clinical research or pharmacovigilance. From very beginning to the drug discovery, molecule selection, till the phase 4 marketing, everywhere now the AI is there. It's not going to be implemented, it's already implemented. And we have all the companies like IQVIA, Icon, Parexel, and all company TCS, Cognizant, they all have already implemented, and they are developing. Actually, all the AI mostly are in the training model, and they are training their AI model. So within 6 months to 1 year, we'll be seeing a lot of vacancies with the AI skills. And so if you see, I'll explain all the topics like drug discovery and everything, how AI is going to be there. So basically, AI starts from drug discovery and preclinical research to the clinical trial design, optimization, patient recruitment and retention. which is the biggest pain point for the clinical research industry. Then the data management, analytics, the monitoring and safety, regulatory submissions and compliance. So you will see like in every department, in every segment, AI is there, and it's like unavoidable change. So you have to be there. You have to gain skills how to handle. So if we see point by point, like how drug discovery and clinical trial, where the AI is there. So, like AI accelerates the identification of novel drug targets, synthesize new chemical entities, and predicts compound efficacy and toxicity, significantly compressing the initial stage of development. It leverages vast omics datasets and employs generative model to design new molecules and repurpose existing drugs. What does it mean actually? So, if we talk about the drug discovery, and so in the normal orthodox practices, the old practices, whenever there was new drug disease, when there was need for the new drug, so they have to go through the vast data sets of the existing molecules mean the chemicals, and they have to read all the behaviors, all the mechanism, all the chemical compositions, and out of them they were finding around suppose example 500 the best molecule which can suit that or work with that specific disease or have the lesser side effect. So that was like searching a needle in the haystack. So a very complicated, very cumbersome process, and many times because the humans were involved, so a lot of good candidate, good molecule were ignored because they could not have been studied properly. This was the big challenge. Time was like consumed. A lot of long period was taken to find out the right molecule, right candidate for that. But now, after the drug discovery, artificial intelligence, especially the machine learning technology. So, machine learning is an algorithm. It's a like process. I can like simply the simpler term. It's like a command or the process where we just give the database, because when we talk about AI, so AI means artificial intelligence, means it is working like a human intelligence, but it's not a human, it's artificial. So what we do in this process, drug discovery, we give all the data sets, all the historical data, all the informations in the form of command or the text to this, upload the PDF, all the books, and it can read the entire thousands and thousands of books in just fraction of hours, and can compare all the molecules in some virtual simulations environment. So this is called the simulation also, which is now being used in the drug discovery in all the trial process. So simulations are there, and that AI, the brain, the computer brain, can read all the molecules, can understand the behavior of all the molecules, and will give you accurate 5, 10, or 50, whatever is requirement, the perfect candidate, which will have the highest probability or to succeed in the entire trial. So this way, we are saving not only millions and billions of dollars, but also the longer time. So now you can see, like after advent of the artificial intelligence into the clinical trial, lots and lots of new drugs, new therapies are coming on daily basis. If you follow the new research, new clinical research, you will find that every day you will see a new type of China has developed some molecule, Japan has developed some kind of different therapies, or even the Russian cancer vaccine. So every companies and countries are now coming up with the solutions very fast, and this is due to the inclusion of the artificial intelligence. So basically, in the drug discovery, our machine learning algorithm, they read all the data, they analyze all the data automatically, and they give the final output very quickly. Very quickly, they give the output. Now we understand the key applications. What are the key applications of the artificial intelligence? So first is the target identification and validation. So AI analyzes vast biological and clinical data sets to pinpoint specific gene, protein, or pathway implicated in disease, identifying promising new drug targets. And it can also validate these targets by predicting their roles in disease progressions and potential for therapeutic interventions. So basically, AI can analyze the vast disease data sets or clinical data sets, and can accurately pinpoint which is the causing factor of that specific disease, whether it's any kind of gene, whether it's a protein which is causing the specific disease, or any kind like pathways or anything, whatever it is, which is impacting the disease or causing the disease. So it can first pinpoint the the target where you need to work, where you need to implement your entire plans. Then it can also predict you the right molecule and the right therapies, which should be the potential therapeutic interventions for these molecules. Then comes the generative chemistry and the molecule design. So this is actually before the clinical trial starts. So AI models learn from the existing chemical structure and properties to design novel molecule with desired characteristics. This includes generating new compounds from scratch or optimizing existing one from improved potency. So selectivity and drug-like properties, accelerating I lead identification means this formula, or you can say the formula, which is basically the algorithm. The AI works on the algorithm or the training. So this can read all the data of the chemical behavior or the molecular structure, and either can design a complete molecule for you by combining multiple molecules or the multiple compounds, or it can tweak also. It can redesign your existing drug to improve potency or selectivity, and it can predict you that these are the five, suppose these are the five best molecule which you can test into clinical trial, and this will work properly, and this has the highest potency or highest probability of succeeding as a drug. Because the biggest pain point for any industry, any sponsor, they are not developing a drug to be very honest, just for the social cause. They are also developing a drug for to enter into the market, to sell the product into the market. Fine. So in that case scenario, what happens? If they know in advance that these five molecules are going to be success into the final trial, so they will save billions of dollars. So that's why we are now discussing after clinical, AI in clinical trial, the present cost for the complete trial is around $2.5 billion for completing all the phases. So this will reduce to only $0.5 billion. So you can see almost 1/5 of the cost will be there. Even time will be there. So from 15 years, it will reduce to 3 to 4 years only after 100% implementation of the artificial intelligence. We'll understand this. Then there is a virtual screening. So AI rapidly screens millions of chemical compounds against specific biological target in silicos. And this drastically reduced the need for costly and time-consuming physical experiments, quickly identifying potential drug candidates and that are most likely to bind and elicit a therapeutic effect. Means, what does it do? So the artificial intelligence creates an environment, the virtual environment. It's just like the simulators, the flight simulators, where you don't actually fly the plane, but actually you have all the conditions, all the environment which is as per the actual flying environment, and you learn on that simulator. Similarly, the AI has created already a simulator kind of situation where it will interact with the drug virtually. No physical, no clinical trial will be done. Only when the 90% of result is there, only for the 10% physical verification will be done. The result given by the artificial intelligence is true and factual. So this is the virtual screening has been introduced, and we are reducing the time and physical experimentation process also. Then there's a predictive toxicology. So AI algorithm predicts the potential toxicity and adverse effect of the drug candidate early in the discovery process itself. By analyzing chemical structure and biological interactions, AI helps deselect compound with high safety risk, preventing costly failure in later development stages and improving drug safety profiles. Means even in the drug development or the drug discovery process, much before even the preclinical trial, the artificial intelligence algorithm, because now AI is have a big, a deep understanding of all the molecules and their behaviors, and also understand how the human body interacts or behaves. So now even the drug discovery process, before even the preclinical stage, it can predict that these set of molecules may have the higher toxicology or toxic impact, or it may cause severe adverse event. So the pharma company or the sponsors will not select those molecules even for the preclinical trial, and that will save their time and money also. Money is overall. So the costly failures is avoided after the predictive toxicology already is being used by most of the companies now who are into the drug discovery. Then there's a multi-omics data analysis. AI analyze complex multi-omics data, like genomics, proteomics, metabolomics, and transcriptomics, and because what is there? So like the holistic view gives a deeper understanding of how the drug is going to impact. Because drug, I told you like in the earlier, drug is tested on the multiple factors. So it checks everything, and then it analyzes the mechanism of the drug, and finally it can give you the better result, which human can never give. Because human can give, but that will require a lot of investment, a lot of time for that. Then there is a main term which is called the clinical trial design optimization. Now your role comes, because the drug has been given to you. For first time, the clinical research organization or the people from the clinical research like CRA and trial monitors, they are now designing the trial, because trial designing is a very complicated process. It depends on multiple factors like selecting the right location, the right facility should be there. So basically, AI analyzes historical trial data, patient characteristics, and scientific literature to optimize trial protocol, simulate scenarios, predict outcome, and select the most appropriate site. And this leads to more efficient, adaptable, and successful trial design. So what is the pain point here? Most of the trial sites, many times they fails because of the multiple factors, because they have predicted, the human has predicted there will be a lot of enrollment for the trial, there are a lot of patient or the volunteer will be there, but they fail to get that. Even for the patient recruitment, there are multiple things which is analyzed manually nowadays, and that ends to a failure. So where against that against that practices, the AI can read all the historical data sets, the trial data. Like suppose we had a trial on that specific place for last 50 years. So it will have all the data of all the 50 years, and it will analyze the behavior, the pattern, like how was trial being conducted, what were the success rate, who were the target audience, and how what was the dropout rate. Everything it will study, and then it will give you a right a trial site. So just an example, I'm telling you one example. Suppose there is a tuberculosis trial going on, and it is being conducted in some Bastar region of the Chhattisgarh. So Chhattisgarh might be having a higher tuberculosis cases, or the Jharkhand maybe some tribal region of the Jharkhand may be having a higher rate of the tuberculosis. But there are two very important factors. The patient availability is very high. The cost of enrollment is less, because they are not the trial site is not very costly. But there may be one challenge. There may be one challenge which a clinical research professional will ignore or could not understand. And if we give the same data to the artificial intelligence, so as a clinical research professional, you will select the site, because the site has the highest number of the tuberculosis patient, and the setting up a trial is very costly, not costly affair. It's very economical process, and you will get all the trained doctors and everyone. But when we give the same situation, why I'm giving this example, you will understand. When we'll give the same situation to the artificial intelligence tool, or for the clinical trial design and optimization, the site selection, it will reject that site, the region, the buster, because the AI will not only study your patient behavior or the these factors, that will also read the socioeconomic structure of the region, or any other political behavior of that region. And that region is very prone to the Maoist, militants. So there, the AI will predict that these places are very prone to the terrorism, and there is very less probability that people will continue with the trial. And even if they join the trial, so they will not continue the trial. So even being a best place or the trial site, the AI will not suggest that. So these are the things which the AI is improving the trial design. Now we will also go through the key applications the AI is going to be there in the clinical research. So first is the protocol optimization. So criteria and endpoints in the sample size. So AI analyzes past trial data to identify optimal inclusion-exclusion criteria, which is like the big marker for any patient recruitment, and the primary and secondary endpoint, and appropriate sample size. So what should be the appropriate sample size even for the trial? And this ensures protocol are robust, feasible, and statistically powered. So minimizing amendment and improving trial efficiency. So basically, once We'll have a question. Like, just thank you. You raised your hand. We'll have a question towards that. Just please wait for that. Yeah. So basically, when we talk about the protocol optimization. So AI has the capability. Because see, one example again. I'll take one example for this. Take your chat GPT, very simple practice. So like you give one thing, you give five different type of data, just upload the data in the Excel sheet or Word or PPT, sorry, power PDF, whatever you have, and you tell your chat GPT a simple command that read all the documents and give me a final 5 points from all the documents, and based on your criteria you can give your criteria as well, and in just 200 or 500 words. So immediately, within like 1 or 2 minutes at maximum, AI can read all your like 500 or 1000 pages and can remember everything and can will give you the exact like output what you are looking, which you will manually, if you read all the 500 or 1000 pages, you will take around months to complete that, or even like at least 15 days to complete that. Fine. So this is like the gift of the AI to the like industry. Then, as we discussed, the intelligent site selection. So it identifies high potential or high performing clinical trial sites by analyzing factors like patient demography, historical recruitment rate, investigator expertise in that area, and operational efficiency. And like also like the political and other socio-economic factor is there. And this ensures trials are conducted at location most likely to meet enrollment target and maintain data quality. Now, I'll just tell you why this is important for a clinical trial. So, suppose we have conducted a trial and we could not meet the target, the minimum enrollment target. And if our trial is delayed by, suppose 1 week or 2 week or a month, so now you can relate that every day there's a $7 million cost is there for every day of delay. So this is why the more and more like technology dependency are there, and the industry is looking towards the new technology, especially the artificial intelligence, to get these solutions. Then the adaptive trial design. So AI enables dynamic and flexible trial protocol that can be modified in real time based on accumulating data, and this allow for early stopping for efficacy or futility, adjusting sample size and modifying treatment arms, and making trial more ethical and efficient. So basically, this is a topic which like the people from clinical research they understand better. So basically, when the trial is conducted, so many times we feel that there's a need of alteration because the trial is not going as expected. So our AI brain, the brain behind that, all the process, the AI is working, artificial intelligence is working, and that can automatically adjust everything. Like if there is any kind of dose optimization or the sample sizing is required to be changed, so that can immediately predict, and in the real time situation, we can have the solution for that. So AI can like provide the effective trial design, budget and resource forecasting. This the obviously when you work for any organization, your first like target will be have a complete process in under the budget only. So AI can not only do the basic like advanced process, basic and advanced process of the trial, everything. It can also predict about forecast about the budget and resource required. So by like historical data or the potential variables or multiple factors of the specific trial site, it can tell the organization in advance like what could be the tentative budget for that specific trial, and what are the resources required, what are the logistic plannings, everything it will predict and give you everything in advance, which is like very tough when we work with the manual or the human driven process. Yes, this is a big technology and digital twin for the trial simulation. And every company now is using digital twin. And in fact, the most like shouted drug, the COVID vaccine, which was developed by through this tool only. So digital twin, basically, I'm going to tell you what is digital twin technology. So digital twin is like a simulator. I told you, like it's a kind of simulator, and it creates a exact situation of the patient. So it will create your exact situation how the disease behaves or how the patient behaves when some drug is given to that. So we see there are three purpose of trial. We first understand the purpose of trial. So there are three basic purposes of the trial. First is to detect the efficacy, means how the drug is working, what is the effectiveness of drug. Second is the adverse event, means how the drug, if this drug is given, so what are the side effects of the drug. And third is the dose optimizations and understanding the ADME, that is the drug absorption in the body and excretion, metabolism, everything. So there are three main purpose. First is understanding the drug effectiveness, drug side effect, and drugs dose optimization. So we'll study later on when we'll have proper classes what is dose optimization and what is the optimal dose. So basically, what happened? AI, the virtual patient cohorts or the digital twin, it is created like a simulator. And in this program, it's not like any physical device, it's a complete software or like computer which is working as a brain, human brain. So that will be trained on everything. Suppose I'm testing a diabetic drug. So I'll create one digital process which is called the patient. So that patient will carry all the behavior, because we have now hundreds of years of experience of the diabetic patients, and we know all the traits of the diabetes or the diabetic people. So we will train first that patient. The patient will be the AI patient. So the AI patient will acquire all the behavior of that this diabetic patient, and then we'll train about the molecules, like how if the different molecules are given to the diabetic patient, so how it interacts, how it behaves. Then these two people, like one will be the doctor, who will be carrying the drug quality or the molecular behavior. Another will be the patient, who will be acting as a patient. So now they will interact with each other automatically in the software. You are not doing anything. You are just training that model. As a clinical research or the trial people, you will be training these people. Like if you are working as a doctor or working as a molecule, what should be your behavior, and if you are working as a patient, so what should be your behavior. So these two will interact with each other, and they will mimic like real patient population and will give the exact answer, like how if the drug is tested. Suppose like I am testing a new drug, and if there is some kind of adverse event, so that is again like a risk to the human body, or when the cost is also there. So when we do all the things in the digital simulators or the digital twin technology, everything will be completed within like fraction of days and maximum, right? And it will give you the exact result which would have taken around 5 years time. So you will see in the coming years, almost like phase 0 to phase 2, 90% of the process will be eliminated, the physical process. Only 10% the human validation will be there. So once the digital twin will give you the output, you will validate those outputs on the real human body, just to verify that yes, the result given by the AI tools is accurate and working. So this is the new technology, and it has been used for the COVID vaccine development. Also, it is has been used for the this cancer vaccine developed by the US, and multiple companies are now using the digital twin technology for the phases. So you will see how the time is shrinking. The time, 5 years time, will shrink to around months only. So that's why we are talking about the 15 years of the drug trial will now be completed in the this 3 years to 5 years maximum. Yeah. Sorry. Then patient recruitment retention is very like a big challenge for the clinical research, because what is the basic whenever we try to enroll patient into the real clinical trial, the first identifying the right candidate is like a very big issue, because a lot of physical hindrances are there. Then retention, because if the patient is not completing the trial completely, suppose the patient one has enrolled for the day one, and there was 3 year trial, but has dropped in like after just 2.5 years due to any factor, right? So this will have like the big impact on the trial, because all the time and investment was wasted, and the trial site has to reinitiate the entire process, has to enroll the new patient or the new candidate, and then have to conduct the trial again for the same period. So this is like a a big challenge. And with the human like intervention, with the human mind, multiple things are ignored. I'll take the example like there are multiple things like EHR, electronic health records, or the genetical profile or social determinant. So suppose like I'm taking the social determinant as a factor. So suppose I enrolled a girl which is of the age of the 18, fine, and she is undergoing some kind of disease, have some kind of disease and undergoing treatment. So she needs to be enrolled to a trial. And because I know she is like a right candidate, and as a human, and she is like not very far from the location, so she can come to the place. So I have enrolled that, but I have ignored some social determinants, social factors, because there may be a factor like she is at the age of 18 and belongs to the mid level of society or middle class or some not so advanced society. So there is a higher probability that she will get married within 1 year, and she will go to the in-laws house. So there is a higher chance that she will quit the trial in the mid, because uh, God knows where the in-laws house will be there. But AI can predict this because AI has understood the local social behavior also from the data sets. It's not like there is nothing automatic. There's nothing like the magic. So everything relies on the data, because AI has the data of historical data of all the places, everything with them. So these are the basic factors which even the human will ignore, but AI will not ignore. And so there will be higher chance that the patient selected by AI will retain for a longer time, and also will complete the trial. Obviously, there may be some error. There's nothing like foolproof, but yes, the AI has a 90% higher prediction accuracy than the humans. Then we'll also check the key uses like the patient identification from the EHR. So what I think you might be aware about the EHR, that is called the electronic health records. So electronic health records are records like you are wearing a smartwatches, your mobile phones, which is capturing your uh, pulse rate or any kind of digital health records, or your rings. That now there are smart rings, smart patches, which keeps tracks of your like heartbeat and everything. Even the diabetic continuous glucose monitor is there, where the data is sending to the main server, the trial server. So using a tool which is called the natural language processing is a very vast topic for the artificial intelligence and machine learning. So these are the two different processes. So basically, I'll just give you a quick overview of the NLP. So NLP is a basically you encounter on day-to-day basis on the chat GPT. So NLP is a tool which can understand the human like written language. So it may be like your voice, it may be your handwriting or anything else. So just take an example. You just do a practice today after the session. So write something, a note or from your hand with your hand on a paper, and just upload just photo on the chat GPT and ask chat GPT to analyze that literature. So whatever your writing is there, whatever your language you are writing, it can understand that. So basically, natural language processing means it can understand the human natural languages in any language, in any handwriting. So it regardless of the handwriting you are writing. Obviously, if you are just crisscrossing, that is a different case. Otherwise, it has the capability to understand each and every type of language and every type of like literature and handwritings also, and will combine with the machine learning algorithm, and then it will analyze the health records. It may be electronic health records or the patient records also, fine, and other real world data from the other databases, and can identify the right patient for that. So if we have 5,000 cases of the diabetic, so it will check who 50 people are the best candidate for your trial, because you have the capacity or you have the requirement of the 50 people only, fine. So it will check the only 50 people, best 50 people out of the 500 or 5,000 databases, and will give you that final suitable candidates for the trial. And it will not only detect the the patients on the base of the disease only. It will also check the patients on the basis of the other factor, the socioeconomic factor, and other factors also, political factors also many times. Then personalized outreach and engagement. The tail this is like now with the decentralized trial, which you might be aware about. I'll talk about that also. So the AI can tailor communication strategy to individual patient preferences, demographics, and health literacy levels. And this personalized approach enhance patient understanding, builds trust, and increase the likelihood of enrollment and sustain engagement throughout the trial. So what happens many times? Suppose there is a boy or there's a man who is a farmer, and from the rural of the India, suppose from like I'm take example like Madhya Pradesh or Uttar Pradesh or any like Tamil Nadu, and who is not very much like updated about the sophistication or understanding the language or even the medical terminology. So when that guy goes to the trial or for the doctor visit, and there may be possibility the communication provided by the doctor is not at par with the requirement of that specific patient, because the patient literacy level is not that much, right? And the patient is not understanding the requirement of the trial and ignoring many things, many practices, and just because there's no match between the communication. But now AI will understand that the person will check the person's like belongings, where the person belongs, what is their literacy level, and what is their socioeconomic conditions, and then AI will optimize the communications at the level of the patient. So if it is Tamilian, so it will translate that to the Tamil language, or from Madhya Pradesh, so the local language. In fact, now there Madhya Pradesh or UP has a different dialects, so they will convert that communication and to the level that he can understand or she can understand, right? So this is like the personalized outreach, and this way what will happen, this will make sure the participant understand each and everything and make them engaged with the multiple practices, not only the translating the things, but having understanding the behavior, the action of that patient, and can optimize the event trial or schedule the trial, or if there is something else is required, that will be done by the AI, and it will ensure that more and more patients are retaining towards the end of the trial. So this will be solving the big pain point of the clinical research organizations or the sponsors. Then retention prediction and interventions. So AI model predict which patients are at risk of dropping out of a trial by analyzing various data points, that is visit adherence, adverse events, demographic factors. And this allowed trial team to implement proactive intervention and support strategy to improve patient retention. Means if I know in advance that a specific patient is going to drop due to either of the factor, any of the factor, fine. So if I have a prior information about that, I'll take the proactive decisions, proactive measures to hold that patient, or to convince that patient to retain till the end of the trial. So this is this is possible with the AI only, and human ignorance are always there. No, now AI powered pre-screeners and navigators, so AI driven chatbot, and you might be seeing in all the pharma companies website now. So AI driven chatbot or interactive platform guide potential participants through initial eligibility questions and provide clear information about trials. And these tools streamline the pre-screening process, answer common queries, and help patients navigate the complex enrollment journey. So what is this? So if you are aware about the recent update, E6R3, ICHGCP, International Council for Harmonization, is the body which controls the ethical guidelines or the trial practices across the globe. So they have updated their E6R2 to the E6R3 on finally adopted on 23rd July 2025. So a few months back only this has been implemented. So E6R3 has allowed the decentralized clinical trials. So we'll discuss about the decentralized clinical trial just after some slides. And there's one thing was called the e-consent, electronic consent, because now that remote trial will be there, and telemedicine will be applied. So there will be AI chatbots on the website of every CRO, whether it's like IQV or any company, regardless of the name of the company. All the CRO will be implementing the AI-driven chatbot. So what the AI-driven chatbot will do, any patient who want to enroll into the clinical trial will have different layer of the consent, because consent is the utmost priority or of the clinical trial. So ethical guidelines says if the patient is enrolling with the proper consent, then only that patient can be enrolled for the trial. That candidate can be enrolled in the trial. So there will be three different layers of the informed consent. First, there will be manual. So the local doctor who will who is interacting with the patient will tell about the process. Now there will be AI driven people who are a bit smart, can talk to chatbots or can have the chat on the mobile or the website also. So their AI will interact with that patient, will ask multiple questions, will tell something, will show some infographics, will show some videos. Everything will be done by the AI. There is no human intervention. Will call the patient, will discuss about the questions, and AI will discuss with you just like you are discussing with the humans. Fine. And actually, we are also implementing that in our process. So maybe within a month, you will be seeing all the inquiries will be handled by the AI tool. So AI will be having a full capacity of expert like clinical research associate or the trial monitor or even the doctors, and that will talk to patient in like very in-depth manner. And not only talk to them, AI will try to understand, it will try to analyze what the patient is thinking, what is going in the back of the mind with some patterned questions. So AI is very smart. AI can detect or predict your behavior or your thinking even. With your answer, from your answer, AI will understand everything and will pre-screen like whether even the person is giving all right answer which is required, but there is a higher probability that the patient is thinking something else, and that may drop in the later trials. Uh, Someone has switched on the mic. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So then again, that another department is the data management analytics. So this was about the clinical research department. Now we are moving to the data management. So data management, all the initial process, all the iterative process that is called the data collection and data cleaning will now be shifting to the artificial intelligence. But don't worry, AI is not going to eat your jobs. But yes, the orthodox process will not be there anymore. Everything will be AI. So a clinical data trial generates enormous volume of diverse data. So if I talk about any specific data, so around 3 billion data is generated in the phase 3 trial. So very huge data is generated. And nowadays, present scenario, all the clinical trial organization, CRO, requires a large number of people, trained people who can collect the data, clean the data, and validate the data, ensuring their integrity and consistency. So AI can now swiftly identify patterns, anomalies, and insights that would be impossible for human to detect manually, and it will accelerate the data log and then analysis. So what happens? Now the new technology with the newer technology, if we talk about the electronic data capture (EDC), right? So there will be system. Suppose there is a doctor writing a prescription. So now there is some person who is just converting those instructions into the digital code by a medical coder or by clinical research coordinators or anyone else who is just feeding the data into the system. That will not be anymore in coming. Maybe in India it will be like 1.5 year, because there will be devices. There will be devices, OCR devices, optical character reading devices, so where the prescription will be fed into the scanner only, or your X-ray report will be fed into the scanner, or your blood report will be fed into the scanner, and it will convert automatically all the data into the formatted data for the clinical trial process. So because it understands the clinical trial data structure and everything. So first it will collect the data, then it will clean the data. It will find any kind of duplicacies or anomalies in the data. Automatically it will clean the data and validate the data. So it will ensure that the data coming to the central database system for the analysis, for the pharmacovigilance, or for the final report writing. So it will automatically do everything which are being now done by the humans. So obviously there will be a huge cut in the iterative jobs like the data cleaning or data collection system. But yes, there will be more and more hiring for the people, because AI, we cannot rely AI 100%, at least for next 5 to 10 years. So this is there. So, but yes, AI has the capability of analyzing the huge data sets. Even the statistical department, like the biostatistics or the clinical SAS that you might have heard about, they all will be impacted because AI has a larger algorithm. It can perform the task which even the 100 humans can perform in a day. AI can complete just in 1 hour. Then also we'll check like this is the basic like of the data management department, clinical data management. So automated data collection and cleaning. So AI automates the extraction of data from various sources, that is electronic data capture, electronic health records, wearables, that is your smartphone, patches and everything, and performs initial cleaning and standardization. So this reduces manual error, ensures data quality, and significantly speed up the preparation of data for analysis. So it speeds up the data. Just everything is done in fraction of seconds. The real-time data anomaly detection. So AI continuously monitor incoming trial data from outliers, inconsistency, or potential error in real time. So if there is any error, it will not wait for another 24 hours for a senior to check the process. Suppose a clinical data the entry level data manager has collected the data and cleaned the data, but that will be verified by the senior data manager and will check whether there is any kind of discrepancies or like any kind of anomalies is there. So it will not wait for that for 24 hours or 48 hours or whatever the time period is there. Immediately in the real time situation, because it can detect the anomalies, it can detect the error, and it will immediately flag it out, or it will clean or rectify that data. Or if the AI is not capable of making change or not allowed to make change, it will give a flag immediately to the data management department that this kind of anomalies is there. Now check this. So immediate data correction will be happening, right? So obviously this will be like very speeding up the process, and also the accuracy will be very higher. Then if we talk about the next is that NLP. So natural language processing is, I told you, it's an algorithm of the AI which can understand the human text data or any kind of like physician note or any kind of adverse event report or patient diary even, because doctors are writing the patient diary. In India is not prevalent, but in all the developed country patient diary is there, or every disease or process will be written down by the physicians. In India it's also now coming to the practice. So AI can read all the data automatically and give the right answer or right result. Also, it will automate the statistical analysis. So after the pharmacovigilance is done, so before sending the data to the regulators, we need to first analyze all the data, sum up all the data in a single page or 2 page report. That if someone is here from the statistical, the XML file is created, so which is submitted to the regulators. So all the big data sets of the trial data sets, they will be analyzed on the statistical tool. If there is some kind of missing data, so there will be imputation formulas which automatically the AI will be implementing there, and will create a final dossier or final report. Obviously, that will be finally approved by the humans or the professionals, and then it will be submitted to the regulator. So it will save all the time and all the complications also. So now AI powered query boards, like I told you earlier, also there will be query boards on every system. So even the AI system provides instant answer to data related queries from researchers, clinicians, and data managers. And these bots can quickly retrieve specific data points, summarize trends, and explain data relationships, enhancing data accessibility and data decision making speed. So the query bot inside the clinical research or the trial department, they will be answering each and every questions immediately. So the people from the research team don't need to invest a lot of time to study everything. Then for the pharmacovigilance, that is called the monitoring and safety. So even the companies the Paraxel is already using, the Pfizer is the first company, I think, who has implemented around 70% of the pharmacovigilance, phase 4 pharmacovigilance on the AI system. So AI enhances real-time monitoring of patient safety, adherence, and trial progress, and optimize resource allocation for site monitoring. So moving towards the more efficient risk-based quality monitoring. So you will study the RBQM, that is called the risk-based quality monitoring, as the new guidelines of the IICRS. So what will happen if you talk about the pharmacovigilance. So first, AI continuously analyze the patient data stream. So whenever the data is coming into the system, whether it is coming from the wearables, that is electronic CRF, you might have heard about the ETMF, electronic trial master file. So immediately it will detect the signals. Immediately it will detect the signals, and if it finds any kind of flag system, so it will immediately trigger to the doctor team or the clinical staff or even the regulators also. So it will allow, or it is allowing the rapid intervention and enhancing patient safety. So suppose I'm conducting a trial for diabetes. I'll take the example of diabetes only. So conducting a trial of on the diabetic drug, and I have 15 patients. So patient number 12, after taking the medications, has developed some kind of nausea or vomiting, or like got fainted. So this is a flag. This is a flag. So anytime, because I am getting why I'm taking the case of the diabetes, because diabetes can be monitored remotely through the continuous glucose monitor patches, the electronic patches that are attached on the body, and that gives the instant data through the system, to the our pharmacovigilance system, central monitoring. So whenever it will find any kind of spike, either glucose spike or any kind of like lowering of the oxygen level, or any kind of like abnormalities is there, immediately it will trigger an alarm. Because if in orthodox pharmacovigilance system, first the data will be collected by the clinical research professionals, then will be sent to the data management for the data cleaning, and then will go to the pharmacovigilance, and then it will have a timeline for, it may take around 24 hour, or sometimes 48 hour, or sometimes maybe also more than that. So but with the AI real-time safety system, it will immediately trigger a flag or alarm to the first to the clinical research department as per the guidelines, and then it would also trigger alarm for the sponsor that the specific drug is having such kind of side effect. So this is like for the safety of the patient also. Plus, sorry, plus the pharma company or the trial company can get an early like decision for that, whether to stop the trial, whether to optimize the drug, whether to reduce the potency of the drug, whatever it is required, that will be done in real time situations. So now more and more right decisions can be taken quickly. Then there is a called patient adherence monitoring. So this is a big boom in the new AI technologies, and it is possible due to the AI only. There's a term which is called the computer vision technology. You are encountering these technology on day-to-day basis, but you never notice those things. I'll just out of the context, I will tell you one example of the computer vision. So when most of you are having some kind of vehicle and you are driving, so if you are living in some tier 2 or tier 1 city, you have a monitoring system, traffic monitoring system. So every time you overspeed or you cross the like zebra or the red lights, you get challan at your home. How it is happening? So this is happening by a CCTV camera, which is installed at every red light or on the highways, and which is monitoring you continuously. But that is simple technology. Where is the like computer vision or the AI technology? Now, where is the AI technology? Because AI can understand, can remember like which car was there. So suppose there are all five car are white in color. They all have almost similar appearance. But then how it will detect that which car was like over speeding, and to which car it needs to be sent to the challan. So basically AI will also read your number plate, and it can differentiate between different number plates, fine, and then it can analyze that this number plate was over speeding at this moment of time, and then it will send you the challan for that. So basically AI algorithm working behind your CCTV or the road safety monitoring devices, and they are sending you a challan. So every time, almost 99%, the right challan is sent, because that captures multiple data points are there. Similarly, if you talk about the computer vision technology, so basically the computer now has an eye. Computer vision means computer now has an eye and can also has a brain. So because it has intelligence, so AI has intelligence and now also has eye. So AI, particularly computer vision, can monitor and confirm patient adherence to medications regimens, By analyzing video or image data of medication intakes, AI ensures patients are taking their drugs as prescribed, improving data reliability and trial outcomes. So basically, a use of computer vision is at two places. The first place, I'll take another example of suppose the cancer trial. So cancer trial is going on. So there is a radiologist who is analyzing your CT scan. So every time when the trial or the doctor gives the drug to the patient, they monitor through some kind of biomarker. So the biomarker analysis is there. Suppose a person is analyzing that biomarker or your CT scan or PET scan, right? And there may be, if there's only 0.05 millimeter progression or regression in your tissue development or the cancer cell development, that might be ignored by your human radiologist, because they are not so capable of understanding the difference between 0.05 millimeter. So there, even they have to take some time, that is 15 days, 20 days, or month time sometimes, to properly have a growth or a reduction in the cancer cells, so that they can predict whether the drug is working or not. Whereas the same system is now the computer vision. There are scanners basically, they are being used. And whenever these slides or these reports are inserted to those scanners, that scanner converts all the data into the AI algorithm, right? A digital algorithm. And even 0.05 or 0.005 even can be now exactly predicted by the AI tool that is called the computer vision, that whether there's any growth or reduction in the cell. So if any development is there, immediately, even like before a human can think of, AI will tell you the exact the report, and that pharma company or the sponsor can take decision on based of that, the whether to continue with that drug or not. So if the disease is not being controlled, even the disease is increasing, even by giving the drug. So there is a optimization required. Maybe like the drug needs to be retweaked, or some chemical needs to be involved. So whatever the decision will be there, so that the pharma company or the sponsor can take. So this is a big advantage, and now lots of these analysis is being done on the computer vision. Second example, the decentralized clinical trial. So first understand the decentralized clinical trial. So decentralized clinical trial is a technology where the people don't need to come to the trial site. They don't need to come to the trial site. They will be at their home, and the telemedicine or teletherapies will be there, and remotely they will be monitored. So how they will be monitored? They will be monitored by multiple factors. First, they will be monitored by their EHR, electronic health records. But that is the data that is coming. The EHR will send your data to the doctors, to the trial team. But whether the right person is taking that drug or right person is sending that data, it cannot be analyzed by the data, because data is data. Then how you can monitor? Because monitoring the trial is very important. If you cannot manage the CRA responsibility, if you see, they have to visit to the trial site to validate the data, that the data, whether it's coming from the right source or it is any tweak data. So there, what will be there? Suppose a patient of the depression is being treated for the trial is conducted on the depression patients. So there will be CCTV implementation, and these CCTV or the cameras will be monitoring those people through the AI algorithm. So these will be AI enabled cameras, which will be installed at the patient's place, right? And AI will automatically monitor. So there, if there are 3,000 patients, so 3,000 people will not be monitoring 24/7, but AI can monitor all the 3,000 people of the participating in the trial 24/7, right? So it will take the data, whether they are adhering to the medication plan or not, whether taking proper dose or not, whether they are escaping something, or whether they are doing something unethical, which is against the trial protocol. So AI computer vision will monitor each and every, you might have seen in the Hollywood films, how the AI is detecting each and everything. China has implemented this in the people monitoring. So they are monitoring each and every citizen of their country, that what is their behavior, if they are doing something or planning to do something wrong. So similarly, these are now implemented to the clinical research. This technology was awaited, and the industry was waiting for that, but now got the clearance by the ICH on the July itself. So this is the computer vision. We have a very detailed class on the computer vision, how this is working, how you will be developing the tools for that. And so there next is the risk-based quality monitoring. So AI identifies high-risk area with a clinical trial within a trial, and such a site with unusual data patterns or patient with higher likelihood of adverse events. This allows for targeted, efficient monitoring resources, moving away from blanket monitoring and focusing on critical risks. So AI can also identify the area or the region with a high risk potentials, and despite of doing a very common practice that is called the blanket monitoring, so you monitor every site with the same plan and policy. AI will now be doing focusing on the higher risk zones, so that is like a risk based quality monitoring can be done, which is the part of the E6R3. So the ICH has asked all the companies to follow the risk based quality monitoring. So that is possible due to the AI. Then we discussed earlier predictive toxicology. So AI can predict the adverse reactions and toxic drug behavior, and in all the patients. And so we can take a proactive measures, or we can answer to any safety concern early in the development stage. Then it's a big thing, regulatory submissions, because they are the monitor of the trial, and everything will be done by them. So once they approve, the drug can come into the market, or entire investment get fails. So now AI regulators are accepting the AI based reports. So AI assists in the streaming the complex process of regulatory submissions by automating document generations, ensuring compliance with the involving guidelines and accelerating review process. So now AI can be used, and it's being used actually for the regulatory dossier preparation. So for final document preparation, which goes to the regulators, now can be used by generative AI like ChatGPT or Google Gemini. And we have got permission from FDA and all the regulators for this. So again, for this, we see the process. So first is the automated document generation. AI can draft sections for regulatory dossiers, clinical study reports, and summaries by pulling information from various trial documents and database. So it will be automatically connected with all the statistical data, data management department, and the pharmacovigilance department. So it will pull all the data automatically from all the departments in the database, and can write a final report based on all the data and the findings. So first, the dossier is there. Automatic compliance check. It will also check whether this dossier or this report is compliant with specific regulator or not. So suppose I'm sending a report to the US FDA or the European Medicine Agency or Japan or Indian CDSCO. So whether this dossier is complying with the regulation of the specific regulator or not. So if there is a non-compliant, so it will redesign that everything. And so this will reduce the timeline of the review by the team, the regulator team, and also the reducing the rejection potential probability, because that document which will be created by the AI system, the AI algorithm, will match exactly the requirement of a specific regulator. So we don't need a specific regulator trained regulatory people in the department. Obviously, they will be having a broader knowledge of the regulatory submissions, and now AI will be tweaking everything or adjusting the data as per the regulator. So if we need to submit 5 documents for the 5 regulators, different regulators for the approval, so this AI tool will now generate a 5 different type of dossier, and which will be complying the each and every regulators individually. Then intelligent search across regulatory database. AI-powered search engine allow regulatory professionals to quickly find relevant information across vast database of guidelines and precedents and approved drug information. This accelerates research, ensures accuracy, and support informed decision making during the submission process. So before submission, we need a lot of information for that, because we need information like what was the earlier happened with a similar kind of drug, where they approved, or if they rejected, what were the regions of rejection. So because AI can search everything very quickly and give you a final output, and this will speed up the process of the decision making for the submission. Now coming to the FDA, it's largest and the main regulator across the globe. So announced in May 2025, the use of generative AI in its submission review process to reduce burden and accelerate review times. basically FDA has allowed all the companies, all the trial company or the sponsors to submit the final regulatory final report or the dossier, which now can be designed and processed through any kind of generative AI. But yes, obviously there will be a lot of explanation for that. So, and also to add to that, FDA has developed their own internal platform, which is called the FDA ELSA, ELSA, ELSA. You can go on internet and search about the FDA ELSA. So this is their internal platform, AI platform. And this AI platform is not trained on any database. So it's a very neutral AI platform. And why they have developed? They have developed to analyze the reports which is going to the regulators for analysis. So this AI tool will now take around only a few hours instead of months of time. So this will also reduce the duration of the reviewer, as well as it will increase the number of data analytics or the dossier review. So the FDA has already implemented and it is promoting its internal staff to use ELSA as much as possible. So FDA is actually taking a proactive steps, and it has asked all the regulators like EMA, the ICH, to make amendment into their guidelines and regulations. There are some challenges. First is a traditional method, the lengthy timelines and high cost are there. Patient recruitment bottlenecks, so delay in finding and right candidates, enrolling the eligible patients where they are. Data overload and manual error where there are a lot of vast complex data management was prone to error and inefficiency, because there will be possible that some employees worked for 6 months and then had changed the company, left the job in the mid. Then company had to again hire the new people, train the new people on the process, and that's what taking. The success rate was also low for the trial if we talk about, because a lot of failure were there. Even many drugs failed in phase 3 trial also, and operational burdens because manual site monitoring, data entry, regulatory documentation. So these were taking a lot of pain points. And but yes, if we AI is one technology which you cannot ignore because it is changing the industry. And the first is if you are a professional and planning to enter the clinical trial industry or still are working in the clinical trial industry, because we have got a lot of inquiries from the big companies, even like IQVIA, Paraxel, their employees are now looking for the AI course, and because they have a pressure to understand and learn AI. So professionals lacking AI proficiency will struggle to compete with those who leverage AI tools to enhance their efficiency and insights and obsolescence and traditional skills. So basically traditional skills, obviously the routine and repetitive tasks like basic data entry, manual document review, simple data analysis will be change or the automated by AI. So you need to understand how AI works. And the skill gaps is will be there if you don't learn AI in present time. So this is the best time to learn AI, because even industry is changing. So you will have a proper skill which the industry will require after 6 months. So even after 6 months, you'll be seeing that a lot of vacancies are coming with the AI skills only. So yeah, and so there will be a lot of opportunity that will miss, because then next coming is the AI tools only, AI technology. You cannot ignore AI. Now, very very basic. It's overall data. It's not only the data of the trial, clinical trial, but it's a global data, and it's a very authentic data from the authentic resources. So the World Economic Forum forecast is this year only 85 million jobs were lost, right? And it will be lost till the end of the program, year. But again, the 97 new jobs will be created. So we are gaining 12 million jobs. We are not losing jobs. So don't worry, AI will not eat your jobs, and especially in the clinical trial, because there is clear guidelines by the ICH that whatever the result will be coming from any digital devices, any digital tool or any technology must be first monitored by the human intervention, because there is no answer to the human intelligence still now until we develop the AGI, artificial general intelligence. So don't need to worry, but yes, you need to understand how AI works, because you will be working on the AI tools and you're analyzing the AI data. So you need to have a proper understanding of AI in depth, algorithm design, how to design a process, right? So this is the scenario. So don't need to worry. Now we see like the digital twin that we talk about, the generative AI and foundational model like large pre-trained AI models are now developing, and which is giving a big challenge to the human people. And this is a very honest like answer. Whatever you have the presumption, whatever somebody has told you about the things that AI is not will not be there, that is just like the speculation only or the like assumption. The fact is like I suppose I am a pharmacy company. I am a sponsor for the trial. So my priority is to develop a drug with a lesser like investment and in the shorter period of time, so that I can bring a medicine into the market in a early like with a lesser time and with a less investment. And even the regulator, why the regulators are giving so much emphasis on implementing these digital twins or the AI tools, because what happens due to the high cost, like around 2 billion, 2.5 billion, that is around 20,000 crore rupees for the single drug development, there are lots of disease which are ignored because the disease prevalence is either in a very small group of people, or the people who don't have the the financial power, the buying power, because initially the drug becomes costlier. So if the government does not support, so the people with the necessary financial conditions cannot buy the drug. So obviously the pharma company will not invest into the development of those drugs. But yes, after the inclusion of the AI technology, the drug development cost will reduce to around $0.5 billion only. So one fifth. Plus the timeline will shrink to only 3 years to 4 years to 5 years for even for complicated drugs. So that's more and more drug will be discovered, will more and more trial can be conducted because now trial is cheaper. So basically, why I'm talking about more and more people will be required for even the lot of job will be going for the attractive jobs, the regular day-to-day jobs. It's data from the FDA and other regulators. 10,000 more molecules are about to enter into the clinical trial in coming 3 years. So you'll be seeing 10,000 more trial. So obviously, when there will be more trial, more people will be required to monitor the trial. Whether you will not be doing the same thing, but you will be monitoring the trial. You will be analyzing the trial, or you will be developing some kind of algorithm, some kind of process, some kind of training to the AI system. So more and more people will require for that purpose. And as we saw, like the decentralized trial, the real world evidence, RVQM is like mandatory now. So this is the thing. So, but again, there are something which is called the data privacy, and this is like we cannot discuss just in a webinar because they're very long term. So there's like GDPR or the HIPAA compliance. So confidentially was there, but now we have a tool for that, the AI tool that is called the federated learning. And algorithmic bias and fairness was the issue, and still like the transparency is a big challenge. Like if AI is giving some result, so why it is coming to the result and how it is coming to the result. So AI needs to explain that. So now the industry is working on the XAI, that is called explainable artificial intelligence. So these are the basic bottlenecks. If the AI makes some kind of error, who will be accountable? Whether the doctor, that is the investigator, or the pharma company, or the CRO, who will be responsible for that? So the responsibility, accountability is again like being addressed, and informed consent, like the communications is being developed for the AI, and there a lot of requirement of the people, trained people are there who are developing the informed consent training for the artificial intelligence. Now we'll see the regulatory landscape like US FDA. So as we discussed in January 2025, issued draft guidance on consideration for use of artificial intelligence to support regulatory decisions making for drug and biological products. So this guidance focus on AI model that produce information on data uses used for regulatory decisions concerning safety and efficacy and quality. So you can go on the FDA website and can check these guidelines. So already FDA has issued a draft guidance on that. And on May 2025 itself, this year only, announced the use of generative AI in its submission review process to help accelerate review times by automating tedious repetitive tasks. And even in, I think, June 2025, they have developed their own internal platform, that is FDA ELSA. So FDA ELSA is an AI platform to analyze the submissions reports or the dossiers. Right? And the EMA has also working on the same path. So Network Data and AI Strategy Group, NDSG, published in 2025. It's a 25 to 28 work plan. So they have now developed their 25 to 28 3 years work plan, which includes a significant focus on leveraging large volume of regulatory and health data with new AI tools. So they are working on it. And in coming 3 years, you'll be seeing all the companies, almost like 100% of the companies will be working with the AI tools. So yes, there will be some ups and downs because new technology adaptation is there. So there will be there. So if we see the key milestone of 2025, so expected release of AI tool framework providing guidance on the use of AI in the regulatory process, and launch of digital academic training model on AI for stakeholders. So this is done by the EMA, European Medicine Agency, digital academic training module. So they have developed a training module for the stakeholders. Stakeholders means for the like sponsors or for the CRO, like how to work on the AI. So they have developed a training module for that. So already they are working. And like ICH, it was like a bit also. ICH already has released the use of technical requirement for pharmaceutical for human use AI guidelines for the global harmonization. So they have included this in the E6R3. So E6R3 you can go and download on the ICH website. So that includes the decentralized trial, electronic consent, the new technology, which also includes the artificial intelligence. So all the major three, Europe, America, that is USA, and the ICH, the global regulators, they are like now on the boat of the AI. So yeah, this is like E6R3 that we have discussed. So this is there, and AI can be part of trial system under the new data governance rule, and the updated guidelines add strong focus on data governance and computerized system. And AI fits into new modern trial design construct by ICH. So this was accepted by ICH. So ICH now officially recognized digital and decentralized trial, which often rely on AI for remote monitoring, real-time analysis, and risk-based monitoring. So if we talk about future of AI, so like undeniably intervene with AI. So almost like I have covered almost all the part of AI tools, and obviously I have missed because this under this like tight time frame, it was not possible to cover each and everything. There are a lot of things that being happened through the AI, and even you can imagine how fast the industry is adapting. The trial industry. I'm talking about the trial industry only. And we have covered everything in our courses if you are like taking our courses. So we have covered each and every part, and I'll just discuss quickly about our courses, and then I'll open for the question and answer. So as you know, the International Institute of Clinical Research Studies, we are very much dedicated, focused for the high quality training. We are not an institute who focus on the numbers of students. We focus on the quality. So maybe if you are enrolling in our program, it may be a longer courses, so maybe a lot of hours will be involved. We don't teach in just teaching the topic. We teach in a very interactive method, and that's why we are proud to say that we are competing with IITs and like on. If you search on the ChatGPT or any other like algorithms, because we have developed such a highest quality, and this is the very unique program, Advanced Diploma in Artificial Intelligence in Clinical Trials. So we are the first institute, we are the pioneer who have developed this course, and we are working with a lot of like industry professionals from the trial industry and from the computing industry. And with their experience and everything clubbed together, we have developed a very scheduled course which will give you an edge. And if you want to work with any stage from the drug discovery to the advanced level of the process, like if you want to become a trial monitor, then also this course will help you. So this is a course which is of around 5 months, may take also 15-20 days more, because we are including new things as the things are coming. Because initially we have not included the Python, but now we have included the Python programming also. We have included decentralized trial after July because they have approved the decentralized trial. R3 also into the training. So basically it will have the, obviously it will be no coding for the people from the life sciences. If you want to learn coding, that is there also. We'll discuss just quickly. So who are the people who can enroll in this program? Any life sciences graduate, whether they are from pharmacy graduates, medical graduates, or even from like other chemistry, biochemistry, or biotechnology, they can enroll in this program. Now, a very quick overview of what you are going to learn into the program in the next 5 months. Right? First is the clinical trial and drug development essentials. So you will understand the ecosystem, like how the trial goes on, what are the drug development, drug discovery, preclinical trial, everything you can understand. Then data ecosystem of the clinical trial, how data flows from one department to another department, that you will understand. Then you will have the foundational classes, long classes on the AI and machine learning, like what is AI, what is machine learning, how the algorithm works, how you design the algorithms. Very basic, like we are teaching like a kid to that. So they have designed the fundamental foundation classes in such a way that everybody who is like we understand that you are not from the computing background or the AI background. So we'll teach you from that perspective. We'll teach you with the relation to the clinical research. Every examples, every case study will be from the clinical research only. Then we'll teach you the specialized technology like NLP, natural language processing, predictive analysis. Then we have also included the this computer vision technologies and other tools in this course also nowadays. And AI for early drug development, how AI is used for the trial design. So after doing this course, you can even design a trial. So that will teach you details and drug development. For the patient recruitment, engagement, and operations, AI for advanced, from basics data management, clinical data management to the advanced data management. How you will clean the data. So you'll be designing a model, or you will designing agent. Actually, AI agent will be taking the data from the system, detecting anomalies and cleaning the data and storing data into a final database system. Then for the pharmacovigilance also, so people who want to work into the pharmacovigilance will teach everything from like case processing to report writing. The ICSR, everything will be taught in that. And then how you will create the regulatory dossiers and final reports that will be there. Then there will be topic on the AI, ethical AI, means there are obviously the ethical part of the AI and validation, regulatory landscape, and the governance. And towards the end, you will teach you the strategic AI implementation and future of clinical trial. And after that, there will be a capstone project. So in the capstone project, you will be working on the real-time situation. Obviously, it will be a simulation, but it will be completely parallel to the real-world situations, and you will be doing the real things like you are working in a CRO, or you are doing some practices. So there will be a team of the students who will be performing this task. Yeah. So this we have designed in such a way that we have we have divided this course in 4 phases. The first phase is fundamental of clinical trial industry and process and the ecosystem. So we'll teach you the basics. Then we'll go to the fundamentals of AI and related technology. So we'll teach you each and every part, the foundational part of the artificial intelligence. So you get acquainted with the terms and terminologies of the artificial intelligence. Then we go to the advanced AI. Then we'll teach you these tools only, like machine learning, computer vision, deep learning, neural network, everything in a very advanced level. And also we'll teach you the algorithm design, like how we'll design the process. So if you are suppose a data manager, and you have to design a process like collecting the data, cleaning the data, and storing the data in the system in the data log. So how you can perform these, how you can train your AI or design an AI platform for that. So we'll teach you that also. Then implementation of AI into the clinical trial process, that is the final stage. So there will be practical integrations, and there will be practical challenges also, and you have to solve those problems in the real world scenario. So that will be there. These are the 4 phases of this course, and these are the few highlights of our courses. First is we are 100% e-learning institute. So you'll be getting everything live online, and 24/7 LMS. Now we are giving this a lifetime access. So our LMS you'll be getting for the lifetime. So if any updates in the technology or anything happens, so that will be uploaded on our system, and you can then review those things anytime across your career, throughout your career. Software training is a part of this course, so we'll teach you multiple softwares for these things, and the trainers are from the industry. And also we are giving the guaranteed placement support. So anybody who enrolls in the program, they will be treated as regular students, and they will get an unlimited interview opportunity. We don't guarantee your job because that is a false, unethical commitment. But yes, our team will give you interview opportunities until you get a job. There's no limit on that. So you will get a regular placement support as all student gets. Now for this batch only, because earlier we have introduced this course with a very lesser fee structure, but now yes, we have included many things. So we are giving some add-ons and benefits to this course. First, we are giving one like free pre-recorded module from pharmacovigilance or data management. So apart from this AI course, you can choose pharmacovigilance or clinical data management as your free add-on. That will be recorded lecture. That will not be a live lecture. AI will live lecture, and then you will get a proper training of communication skills. So it will be around 100 hours of communication skills, which will not only have the basics. It will have the spoken English, complete spoken English classes, because most of the Indian students, they lack in proper communications, and without English communication, you cannot assume like a job in the clinical trial. And otherwise, all the communication, resume building, or the mock interviews will be there in the training. So there is a free add-on for this course. Now that is super extra. So with this batch only, this is not with any other batch. So with this batch only, we are giving complete live class of clinical research, which will include the E6R3 and decentralized trials. So our clinical research course, the syllabus is entirely new, and it has been redesigned, and we are giving this free to all the people who are enrolling in our program, whether you are enrolling in AI course or any other program. That new updated course is there, and we have included the latest guidelines. Plus, we are running a separate Python programming classes for the artificial intelligence. So this Python course is for AI, and this will be live training, and this is for the people who want to learn the programming, because 90% of the AI is based on the Python programming also. So if you want to become an AI developer for your organization, for the data management, for the anything, and you are interested in Python programming, you can attend these classes live free. So this is also included in this, and we don't charge anything. Otherwise, if you buy the Python programming, it is around $25,000 extra for this. And obviously, lifetime LMS access is there, and the placement support is the obvious part of this course. If you talk about the fee structure, the duration is now 5 months. It was 4 months earlier, but now it's 5 months. A few days back, we have decided to make it 5 months because we were unable to cover the entire syllabus in four months. So the fees is 25,000, and this is basically introductory fees. It's what it was, and it is going to be increased. But again, don't worry, we are giving again a very big discount on this. So this is for 10 students who will enroll first. 12,500 only for all inclusive. Everything what I have mentioned, you will get everything in just this fees only. But yeah, this is one-time fees, fine. So we don't have any EMIs in that. So this is a one-time fees, so you have to pay before like classes begins. But this is limited to 10 students. So who the 10 students will come first, and every batch we are giving some discounted fees to limited students, because the purpose, we are trying to become a most affordable and quality education institute in India, and we are trying to support students who need support, right? And also we are trying to make the education affordable for everyone. We don't want to charge hefty 50, 80, 90,000, 1 lakh rupees. Even like I am very much surprised. I was going through the internet and I saw a lot of people, a lot of institutions, they have copied that terminologies, and they're charging even lakh rupees. And when I have discussed with them, and my team has discussed, they don't even have syllabus. So I don't know how they are training. But anyway, it's up to you. So this is the thing, like we have announced for the first 10 students who will enroll for the first. We are starting batch from 15th of this month, this batch. And this all discount and like offers is for this batch only. So yeah, thank you so much. And this is our contact detail. I'll also share the contact details in the chat box. You can take down, and the page link also. Before moving to question and answer session, I'd like to show you our page so that you could go and check our pages, and just give me a moment. So yeah, so this is our page of artificial intelligence. So once you will log into this page, land to this page, you can either download the brochure by filling the form. Otherwise, you can contact on the WhatsApp number. We'll share the things. And then you can see the program fees is fixed 25,000 for the Indian students. On international, it's $500. And it will be now 5 months. We'll update the website because 3 days back we have taken the decision for 5 months. These are some of the students and who has enrolled for the program, you can go and check back. We are proud to say we have students from IIT, we have students from AIMS Delhi, we have students from Germany and other countries also. Right? And so this is the basic information. Now, why I'm showing the page, because you will find the detailed syllabus on our page website. We are very proud, and we are very much open. We don't hide anything. So you will just, when you go, you can just click and check all the detailed syllabus that you will be learning throughout the program. So every topic you will find the detailed syllabus. Apart from that, these are the free add-ons. Clinical research has now for this batch has become the part of the main course, so you'll get the live. These are some of the sample lectures that you can go and have, analyze how the classes are being conducted, what are the topics being covered. So sample lectures are there. Then there are program advantage, and if you want to register for this course, you can these are the sample certificate that you'll be getting after this program. There will be two certifications. One in advanced diploma in artificial intelligence. Second will be the advanced diploma in clinical research with your additional topic like pharmacovigilance or clinical data management. So you'll be getting two main advanced diplomas: advanced diploma in AI and advanced diploma in clinical research with data management or pharmacovigilance, whatever you prefer as an add-on. So, and these are towards the end. If you want to register, you can come and register button is there. So you can click there, and it will take you to the payment page where you can just fill the form and make the payment. And after that, you have to pay 5,000 at the registration page, which is part of the fees. And after that, you will be getting another mail for 7,500, and that you can pay through your credit card, debit card, whatever, net banking. We have a payment gateway. So for every payment, you'll pay to the payment gateway. So this is the form, and this form there are maybe sometimes you get some problem because this is strict form. Yeah. So this was about the entire course and everything.